Hello guys, and welcome to Pikama Stitches. Today I'm going to be showing us how to make this beautiful 3-tiered layered skirt with just 3 yards of ankara print for a plus size or even for a slim person. So if you're interested in this tutorial, kindly watch to the end, and welcome back guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So guys, this is the beautiful ankara print I'm going to be working with. I have my lining, I have my punchy lining, okay, I have my elastic. It's a 1-inch elastic that I'm going to be using. I have my tool here, my scissor, my chalk, and I have this beautiful 3 designed ankara fabric. Now I carefully picked this ankara print because of what I want to make, okay, so I can cut out and design this the way I want. So I'll take out 3 yards from this ankara print for us to use for our tutorial today. So all of our markings will be done on the lining, okay. So I'll go ahead and bring in my lining. Sorry, I've already cut out what I need for this tutorial, but let me explain it to you guys, okay. Now this lining is on a fold of 2, okay. This inner part is the folded area. You're going to determine the length that you need for your skirt. Whatever length you have, subtract minimum 4 inches from your lining, because you don't want your lining to be showing at the hem, okay. If you're working with length 15, take out 4 inch. You're working with whatever length, can you see it unfold? Okay, so I'm working with a length 24 and I've taken out 4 inches from that. What's going to guide your fold is your hip, which is the biggest part of your lower back body, divided by 2 plus minimum 4 or 5 inches. Remember, we're going to be adding elastic to this, okay. Now you're going to calculate what you have, the length of what you have left after subtracting 4 inches from your lining. What you have left, you're going to divide it into 3. If you're working with 3 steps, divide into 3. You're working with 4 steps, divide into 4. You're working with 22 steps, divide into 22. But at the top part, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. You can come down by half of an inch, so that this will also give us space to attach our waistband to this. So I'm going ahead to mark my 1 inch all around to connect into a straight line. Now this 1 inch is where the first step is going to be. Now the full length of this my lining, after subtracting 4 inches from it, is 20 that I have left. I divided this 20 by 3 because I'm making 3 steps. What I have was 6.6 something. I approximated it to 6.5. Now this 6.5 is what I'm going to be marking in 3 places. I hope this is understandable. Divide it into 3. If I were to work with 4 steps, I'm going to divide the length of this my lining that I have left now into 4. Whatever I have is what I'm going to mark round, okay. I'll explain this over and over because I want us to get this. Now let's say the length of the skirt, the total skirt you want to make, is 30 inches. You're going to be subtracting. Remember, you're going to be marking on your lining, not on your main piece. You're going to be subtracting from your lining minimum 3 or 4 inches from it, because you don't want your lining to be showing at the lower parts of your skirt. You need your lining to be shorter than your main fabric. So after subtracting that, what you have left on your lining, you're going to divide it into how many steps you want for your layered skirt, okay. So if you have 10 inches left, divide that 10 inches into how many layers of steps that you want to create. Now after dividing that, that will give you how many lines you're going to be marking on your lining. I hope this is clear. So for me, the full length of my skirt is 24 inches. I removed 4 inches from my lining and I was left with 20 inches. 20 inches divided into 3 places is giving me 6.6 something. Now 6.6 something, I just approximated it to 6.5. After marking 1 inch from the beginning of this fabric. I left this 1 inch so I can have space to attach my waistband to this. After marking that 1 inch, I'm going to be starting my 6.5 from that 1 inch line. The next 6.5 is from that 1 inch, and then the next 6.5 is from the second 6.5 line. I hope this is clear. Okay, so after marking it like that, I'm going to open this up because I want to extend this line. I hope you see the way I'm marking it. I'm going to extend the line because I want it to be straight all through the skirt. Now you're going to be using your hip measurement. If your hip measurement is the biggest part of your lower part, remember we're working with a skirt. If your tummy is the biggest part, you're going to be using your tummy as the biggest part of your body. I hope this is clear. I'm taking my time to explain this so you can understand it. Okay, I'm marking the exact same thing, the 1 inch, the 6.5, the 6.5. I'm taking my time to mark this over and over. So take your time to mark it in order to have a straight line. So when you're creating your gathers or your pleats, you will not make any mistake. One line will not be longer or shorter than the other part because they need to overlap perfectly on each other. Okay, I hope this is understandable. So I'm going ahead to extend my lines. Now, if your thumb is the biggest part of your lower part, you're going to use that part. Remember, why I'm adding 5 inches to mine is that so I can have that ruche effect. I can give my elastic enough room for ease since I'm using elastic. But if you're going to be using a zipper on your 3-step stair dress, you're going to cut it like an A-line skirt. The waist is going to be fitted and then the lower part is going to flay out. Okay, you're going to cut your lining like an A-line. But since I'm using elastic, that's why I'm adding extra ease to the biggest part of my lower part, which is my hip circumference. My hip circumference divided by 2. So you're not dividing your hip by 4. Please, you're dividing it by 2 since the fabric was on fold of 2. But you can go ahead and just open it up and measure your hip. My hip is 45. After marking out 45, I added 5 inches to it so I can have enough room for my elastic. So just go ahead and extend your lines the way you see me do. I hope this is well explained and we all understand it. So can you see what I have here? My hip divided by 2. As I've opened this up, is my hip straight up. Okay, so this is a midpoint. You can decide to measure from the center point to the other parts to get. Can you see what we have? So in order to determine the length of our ruffles, you're going to measure. Remember, from this first line to the second line is 6.5, but I'm going to be cutting out 8 inches. Remember, we're going to be folding the ruffle by ½ inch, and you need the first step to overlap the second step. You don't want your lining to be showing, so you can do either 8 or 9 inches for each of the steps from the beginning. So for the first step, I will do 8 inches. The second step, I'll do 8 inches. The third step, I'll do 8 inches. You can do 9 inches, okay? Remember, you're going to be hemming it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use this my ankara print to cut it out. Now this is where I can play around with this design. I can choose to use this middle one for the first one, the second design for the third, or whichever part. So go ahead. I've gone ahead now to cut out, and the length of each is 8 inches, and I cut out 3 yards of fabric for this. So I think this is how I'm going to be placing it. This will be the first, this other one with the orange color will be the second step, and this other one will be the third step. So let me know in the comments how you would have arranged yours, okay? But I think this is nice. Okay, can you see 8 inches? I'm going to hem it, and then the other parts will help to overlap on each other. Can you see what we have? 3 yards. So the gathers or pleats I'm going to be getting from this is not going to be much. So I'm just going to be making very scanty gathers. Okay, so go ahead and fold very little on each of these layers and make your small pleats or gathers. Now while doing this, leave 1 inch on each ending. Okay, so I've gone ahead to do that. Let me quickly show us on each layer. Can you see the 3 layers? I've hemmed the lower part with very tiny allowance, quarter of an inch. So let me show us what I have here. Can you see this? Very scanty pleats. Okay, can you see the lower parts? Can you see the top part? I've made little pleats around it. So if you have enough fabric, so can you see what I have? Very scanty pleats because I have just 3 yards and my hip is 45. So you can imagine for a slimmer person, you will definitely have more gathers. Okay, now I'm managing this fabric because the 3 yards that is left of that 6 yards, I want to use it to make another tutorial for us. So can you see the sides? I left 1 inch on the side straight. That 1 inch will be to join. I'll show us how to create this joining. So can you see? I think it's easier to do your pleats before attaching to the lining. It makes things very easy. So this is how I'm going to be laying them. So I'm going to bring in my lining. We're going to be following the chalked lines that we created earlier. You can decide to start your pleats from the first step or from the last step, but I prefer to start from the last step. Okay, it's a matter of choice. So I'll start from the last one. So I'll bring in this one that I want to be the 3rd step. Okay, I'm going to place it this way. Just place it the way you see me do. Okay, now the 1 inch that is straight, just leave it straight. Now you can leave ½ inch or 1 inch. Do not join that part, leave it open. Okay, can you see what I have? Remember, I'm going to be folding the lower part of this lining. Go ahead and follow the initial line and stitch down all the way to the other part. Okay, can you see what we have? Now go ahead, you can go ahead and fold the lining first, but I'm going to be weaving mine. Okay, I'm not going to be folding, so you can go ahead and fold yours. Leave the 1 inch. Okay, don't stitch that straight part, then stitch down the remaining part. Make sure you follow the chalked line so that the one on top will overlap on the lower one. So can you see what I have here? Make sure you align them properly. Leave the 1 inch on the side open and then follow your chalked line. Stitch to the other part. You see that everything overlaps perfectly. Okay, and then you stitch to the other side, bring in the last step. Okay, follow your chalked line, go ahead and join the same way. Now when I got done with all of this, I decided to trim off ½ inch at the top. Okay, so go ahead and do same, and I'll join it and show us what we have. So this is what we have. I had to turn it this way for you to see that it overlaps on each other. Can you see? It overlaps. You can only see the lining when you lift this up. Can you see from one end to the other end is sitting pretty? Can you see the sides? Now there are 2 ways to join this. You can either sew this down the way you see me do, make it lay on the lining straight down. Okay, stitch this down after hemming your lining. Repeat same on the other side. When you're done, you put them together and then you leave 1 inch at the beginning. Remember, we're going to be attaching our waistband, and you join it all the way. Or the second method is you're going to pick each one like this, join it together. Remember, I said leave 1 inch on the sides without joining. You're going to pick this up, join it together. Pick the 3rd step, do the same thing, then you hold it together with the lining and then you join it all the way to the hem. So whichever method you choose, just go ahead and join it together. And then I'm going to measure around the waist for our waistband. So from one open part, I'm going to measure this round. Okay, make sure you have more than your hip measurement. So after measuring round, can you see I have 51 inches? So I'm going to be cutting a waistband of 51 inches or 52. If I have any excess, I can always trim it off. Now I'm deciding either to use this leftover orange or leftover black. Okay, but I'll get to pick later. So for now, let me just work with this orange pattern. Now the width of this is 3 inches, the width of this waistband. Remember, my elastic is 1 inch, so you can work with a 2-inch elastic waistband. Now both sides of the waistband will have to be open, so you can pass your elastic through one end to the other end. I'm going to ensure that I have 51 inches, so this is not up to. I'm going to have to join a little bit of fabric to it to complete what I need. Now it will be on fold. Okay, so you sew it up. So go ahead and sew it this way and flip it over and give it a good press. Okay, so this is our skirt. I've gone ahead to join. Can you see what we have at the center back? Please ensure the joinings matches perfectly for a neat work. So can you see what we have? After joining neatly, now I decided to settle for this one. Since I have it at the lower part, I wanted the waistband to carry that color. So tell me in the comments if that was a good choice. Okay, so the width I have here is now 2.5 after joining with 1/2 inch at the top. And then I'm going to be inserting my elastic. Now you're going to be taking your round waist and then you subtract 4 inches from your round waist in order to get the exact elastic that you need. Now I asked you to leave 1 inch at the center back. That's what we have. Remember, this part has to be opened. I'm going to open up mine. You're going to place them this way, right sides facing each other, stitch it round. Now from the open part, insert your elastic out to the other parts. Okay, so this is what I have. Can you see how beautiful this is? I just love how the 3 steps, the 3 colors, the way I played around with it. I've inserted my waistband, can you see? And I made this double stitch just like the one we did on our palazzo. So if you want to know how I did this, go and watch that palazzo tutorial. Okay, and I've joined the inside. Now you can decide to hem your lining, but I'm going to be weaving all these rough edges. Can you see how neat the inside is? The important thing is that they overlap. Okay, they overlap on each other neatly. So thank you so much guys for stopping by for today's tutorial. Can you see how neat the back is? You won't even know where the joining is because I joined them neatly. So do the same thing on yours. Sorry for the noise in the background guys. So can you see the waistband sitting pretty and our skirts overlapping perfectly? So thank you guys for staying to the end of this tutorial. Till I see you guys next time. Bye bye.